Hello. So, as some of you know, there was a strange case happened in Las Vegas, where this family said aliens had crashed in their back garden. And I know that sounds probably ridiculous to most people, but that doesn't mean it's not true. But before I talk about that, I just want to make this little. I got ChatGPT to write out a little speech for me. I've told it everything to say. It's just polished it for me. So, before I speak, I have something to say. I think Groucho Marx said that. Anyway, 1 second, because I have gone too far up as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, don't normally say that. ChatGPT put that. 1 second, I've got an itchy nose. I always get an itchy nose when I'm doing this stuff. I'm not ignoring it this time. Right, anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to shed light on a controversial yet thought-provoking topic. The notion that aliens, as depicted in popular culture, may have ties to the biblical concept of demons. By exploring insights from renowned figures such as William Schneblin, Aleister Crowley and scriptural references, I aim to present a compelling argument that challenges the conventional beliefs. Thesis statement. I firmly believe that the existence of extraterrestrial life as portrayed by some aliens with the biblical understanding of demons provides a thought-provoking perspective that deserves our attention. Supporting points. 1. Ancient textual references. The Bible contains intriguing accounts that bear resemblance to modern alien encounters. Consider Ezekiel's vision of the wheel within a wheel, Ezekiel 1:16, which some interpret as a possible encounter with unidentified flying objects. These biblical descriptions align with the depiction of an advanced technological object associated with alien sightings. Occultist perspective. Aleister Crowley, a renowned occultist, acknowledged the possibility of alien encounters while drawing parallels to demonic entities. Crowley's writings suggest that these beings could manifest themselves differently to suit the beliefs and cultural context of individuals, including the demonic forms depicted in religious traditions. The correlation prompts us to consider the possibility of aliens being manifestations of demons manipulating human perception to suit their agenda. Insight from William Schneblin. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. William Schneblin, a former occultist, provides a unique perspective on the link between aliens and demons. Schneblin's research and personal experiences suggest that demonic entities often take on the guise of extraterrestrial beings to deceive and mislead humanity. His testimonies present compelling evidence that challenges the prevailing narrative surrounding aliens. And then it's got a counter-argument, so I don't know why. I didn't ask for that, but alright. Scientific explanation. Skeptics may argue that the belief in aliens as demons lacks scientific basis. However, it is important to note that scientific knowledge continually evolves, and phenomena previously considered supernatural or mystical have been explained by science in the past. Our limited understanding of the universe should encourage open-minded exploration of the alternative possibilities. 2. Cultural and psychological factors. Critics may attribute alien encounters to cultural influences and psychological phenomena, or imaginative storytelling. While these factors undoubtedly play a role, and the connection between aliens and demons as presented here offers an intriguing explanation that encompasses various cultural interpretations and psychological experiences. Conclusion. In conclusion, the fascinating realm of aliens and the biblical tradition of demons presents an enthralling discourse that merits deeper examination by considering ancient textual references the insight of occultists like Aleister Crowley and the experiences of individuals such as William Schneblin, we broaden our understanding of this enigmatic subject. While the debate continues, I implore you to embrace open-mindedness and intellectual curiosity, as only through exploration can we unearth the truth. Remember, the power of knowledge lies not only in what we accept, but also in what we dare to question. Right, so you've heard what I've just said, but I didn't feel like it was good enough, so I got ChatGPT to write something else. This is about the day the Earth stood still. If you don't know, the day the Earth stood still it's a B movie from the 1950s. An alien UFO lands in I can't remember which city it is in America, and he says, unless humanity starts working together and you stop being so warlike, we're going to come and we're going to crush you as a race. We'll send you back to the Stone Age because you've got nuclear weapons now, and the rest of the intergalactic community is worried about you. And he even says he's called Carpenter, which is a little bit on the nose. It was very on the nose actually, if you know where I'm going with this. But I'll read out what ChatGPT said, and then we'll take it from there. The day the Earth stood still is a science fiction film directed by Robert Weiss and released in 1951. The story revolves around an extraterrestrial visitor named Klaatu and his powerful robot companion Gort. Klaatu, who says he's called Carpenter, like I said, Jesus was a carpenter. Okay, that's a clue. Anyway, where was I? Klaatu arrives on Earth with a message of peace and a warning for humanity about the dangers of their destructive behaviour. In the film, Klaatu assumes the identity of Mr. Carpenter. While staying in a boarding house, he befriends a woman named Helen Bonson and her son Bobby. Klaatu's ultimate objective is to deliver a message to the world's leaders, but he faces resistance and hostility from humans who perceive him as a threat. Now let's address the notion of the film being interpreted as an antichrist agenda-driven movie, which it is. Some individuals have drawn parallels between certain elements of the film and the themes found in the Book of Revelations. They argue that the character of Klaatu, posing as Mr. Carpenter, represents a false messiah or antichrist figure aiming to establish a one-world government. Well, if you know, you know, don't you? It's worth noting that these interpretations, now it's going to tell you why it's wrong, I'll read it out anyway, are subjective and not endorsed by mainstream analysis or critical consensus. Well, that don't prove anything. There's plenty of things that are endorsed by critical consensus, but we all know are a load of rubbish. Anyway. The film primarily explores themes of Cold War tensions, nuclear weapons, and humanity's capacity for violence and self-destruction. While there may be symbolic elements open to interpretation, they're not just open to interpretation, they're blatantly obvious. One world government. He says he's called Carpenter. He's here to save the world. He came from out of the sky. I don't want to over-labour the point, but just think about what I've said. Just a minute. Humanity's capacity for violence and self-destruction. While there may be symbolic elements open to interpretations, it is important to approach these claims with critical thinking and consider alternative viewpoints. In other words, shut up and don't think for yourself. Because ChatGPT is being made by people in California, and we all know what their agenda is, but I'm not going into that now. Anyway, they ain't good people, are they? Put it that way. Right, I'm not reading the rest of that. It is a good film, actually. I mean, I'm not going to say it isn't a good film. I'd go and watch it, but I'd go and watch it and bear in mind what I've said. But anyway, there's going to be another bit in a minute. I'm just going to go and make it. Just give me anyway, whatever. Right, now some of you might not understand why I'm chosen to read this out, but if you don't know what the Nephilim were half. They were the sons of angels, and they were the offspring of the. Oh, I can't can't speak. They were offspring of humans and fallen angels. So they were part angelic and part mortal. But I'm going to read out this here that I've got here. It describes them. And there is a reason why, and it will become apparent why later on. I'll explain further. The Nephilim, as described in the Bible, specifically in the book of Genesis. Genesis 6:1-4. However, the physical description of the Nephilim is not extensively detailed in the biblical text, which leaves room for interpretation and speculation. The description primarily focuses on their notable presence and consequences of their existence. According to the biblical account, the Nephilim were believed to be the offspring of the sons of God, sometimes interpreted as fallen angels, that's how I interpret it, and human women. They were described as heroes of old and men of renown. This suggests that they possess great strength, power of influence, and influence in some way. While precise physical attributes of the Nephilim are not explicitly outlined in the biblical text, various interpretations and cultural depictions have arisen throughout history. Some have imagined them as giant beings. Every time I've read about them, they've been described as giant beings. Towering over regular humans in stature, their perception is influenced by the passages in the Bible that refer to giants and mighty men of old. What's this? I'm not reading that. So anyway, yeah, they were giant beings. So in a second, I'm going to read something else out, and now I'm going to get back to the thing in Las Vegas. But I just wanted to read that bit out because the people that said they'd seen aliens in the back garden said they were 10 feet tall. Now, I don't know about you, but if I saw somebody who was 10 feet tall, I'd say that's a giant. We don't get many 10-footers around here anyway, put it that way. So, there's loads of, videos on this talking about it. I wasn't going to do it, but somebody suggested that I do, so that's why I've decided, just to have a go at it. Like I've said already, and I've said it in other videos, I believe that aliens are actually demons in disguise. I don't believe in space aliens from Zeta Reticula or Alpha Centauri or anywhere like that. I don't believe in it. Because of the way they act when they come. Why would they come from all that way just to cut up a cow or just to abduct somebody and then torture them? If they're so advanced, I mean, alright, yeah, people do that to animals, but how many times can you open up a cow before you know how a cow works? How many times can you probe a human before you know how a human works? I mean, surely they're supposed to be much more advanced than us. Surely they have better ways of doing these things anyway than cutting something open like with a laser scalpel or whatever you want to call it, And if they don't, then how are they more advanced than us? They're not, are they? They're the same or worse, if anything. But anyway, I found this. It's from ABC7, so I'll just read this out, and I might have a look if I can find anything else. But I'll put a couple of links in the description as well. I've more or less, I have told you what I think. I think that they are the demons. They are. They're not from outer space. I don't believe it. And you can disagree with me. That's up to you. I'm not bothered about that. Everybody has a right to an opinion. That's my opinion. But anyway, here we go. Las Vegas police respond to home after 911 call claims UFOs with aliens crashed in backyard. Las Vegas police have released body cam and 911 audio of officers responding to a call from a family who claims a UFO crashed in their backyard. According to ABC News, a family called 911 on May 1st to report something crashed in their backyard and they saw non-human creatures in it. In the 911 call, audio released, the caller says he and his father and his brother were in their large backyard working on their truck when something crashed and they felt an impact. We just see in the corner of our eyes something fall down from the sky, and it was with light, and when it hit down there was like a big impact. We felt like an energy, and then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have like a big equipment, and we see there's a this is how it's written. I'm reading out how it's written. A big equipment, and we see there's like an 8-foot person beside it and another one inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us. The caller tells the 911 dispatcher. They're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot, 10 foot, like I said. And they're not human. 100% they're not human, the caller adds. Officers responded to the residents, but when they arrived, there was no sign of any creatures. Police said the officers conducted a preliminary... Oh, I've got a notification thing come up over the top of it. I can't read it now. Preliminary investigation, but they were unable to find anything. The case was closed as unfounded officials said. Sorry, it's hard to read. The House Oversight Committee is in the early stages of preparing a hearing on UFOs in the wake of unconfirmed claims that the US allegedly found crashed alien spacecrafts, an account the Pentagon says is unsubstantiated. The former intelligence official, David Grush, I think, had alleged on Monday that US government had Stop it, Sakura. The cat's nudging the thing. Had covert program focused on recovering debris from crashes, non-human origin spacecraft, and is attempting to reverse engineer the technology. The online tech outlet, The Debrief, reported. There has been no public confirmation of Grush's account, and a leading House Republican intelligence chairman, Mike Turner, also expressed skepticism about the idea that the US government has recovered alien spacecraft. Yeah, well, they would, wouldn't they? It's just a weather balloon. It's just swamp gas. Yeah, right. Grush has said he gave evidence of such a program to Congress and the offices of Inspector General for Intelligence Community, according to the debrief. So that's that.
Kronos, what is that in the bath? Who's that in the bath, Kronos? It's Forest, isn't it? It's Forest. Forest! Hello, Forest.
Okay, so that's more or less the video. What do you think? Was it really a UFO? Was there really a crash in Las Vegas? I have actually seen a video where one of the people that was there says some woman had told him that they were going to be confronted by demons. So I'll put that link in the description. If it's not there right away, it will be there. You just have to give me 5 minutes to do it. Anyway, that's the video. Tell me what you think. You know what I think, so you tell me what you think in the comment section. I hope you liked the video. If you didn't, tell me why. I've done my best though. I've tried to make it as interesting as I can. I'm not very good at writing scripts, so I use ChatGPT, and sometimes it's hard to get good stuff out of it. I have gotten good stuff out of it in the past, but I'll let you decide whether this was a good one or not. You can tell me in the comment section. If you think it was good enough, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, then please think about subscribing. But other than that, if you managed to get all the way to the end, I suppose you must have got something out of it. You must have thought it was okay at least. So thanks for that. Like always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I don't mind. I don't care if one person watches it or 100 people watches it. It's all. I appreciate it, basically, is what I'm saying. So thanks for watching anyway. And I'm going to go now. So bye for now. Bye.